girl Sierra Joe. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Here I give you tips on how you can grow, because the more you grow, the more you glow, period. This video is going to be a video about 20 things that I have learned that are helping me thrive in my 20s and hopefully will help you too. But before we get into it, if you really like what I have to say in this video, then give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because there will be a whole lot more of these gems dropping 100% free to you, for you, okay? And I do want to put out there, nothing that I'm saying is gender specific. So if you can apply this to your life, then you might be in the games. Free game, free game. I'm here to help you. That's for you, not me, okay? Let's get straight into it. Number one, nobody owes you anything, okay? It sounds harsh, it does, but at the end of the day, they don't, okay? Growing up, I had a mom and I have a mom and I have a dad who are very loving, caring, supportive, but at the end of the day, they don't owe me anything. You get what I'm saying? Like, they did their job as parents to raise me, and now it is my time as well as yours to go out and get what it is that you want, because there's nobody walking this green earth that owes you anything but you. So you have to get what it is that you want for you without expecting anyone to give you a handout, help, this, that, and the third. Now, I'm not saying you can't accept help. I'm like the queen of
help me.
Ask for help when you need it, but nobody owes you anything. What you want is for you to go out and get. Simple as that. Number two is going to be your success or failure depends on ding, 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 you. Everybody can have a plan of what they want for your life, but at the end of the day, it's not going to happen unless you get it done. Whether you succeed or fail is 100% on you, your habits, your behavior, and the effort that you put in order to see or receive what you want to get out of it. Number three, it's okay to fail, my friends. Failure means that you are working, you're trying, you've done more than the person who's not even going to get up and try. Let's pat ourselves on the back for failing. Now, do we want to continuously fail? Of course not. Why would you want to continue to fail in something? It makes no sense. But the fact that you have failed means, once again, that you have started and that you've tried. So you're doing more than just sitting on your bottom waiting for someone to come do it for you. It is okay to fail. I had to pause the video and put out like a disclaimer, y'all. I get excited helping people, so I'm really loud and I'm really animated. I'm going to try to mellow us out, okay? Mellow us out, but I can't promise that I'm not going to get back into it and be like, ah! Okay, moving on. Number four, friends come and go. Everyone that you used to hang it with, kick it with, is not going to be suitable for you for the rest of your life. Things that you did when you were teenagers or even when you first hit your 20s are probably not things that you're going to be doing in your 30s and your 40s. If you have friends that come into your life and they really motivate you, encourage you to be the best version of you, then keep them around. Those are the people that you need. So like I said, friends come and friends go. You have to be okay with that cycle in your life. People come in for one or two reasons. They're a lesson or a blessing. If you haven't heard that before, that is something that I live by. People are a lesson or a blessing. They're going to teach you something and actively work to stay in your life, or they taught you something, they exited your life, and you know why they were in your life when they were there. Number five, have boundaries, y'all. People will walk over you as much as you will let them. If you let people know what you will and will not allow in your life, then chances are they know what they can and cannot get away with. People are only going to do as much as you let them do. Number six, now is the time to experiment. This kind of goes back to not being afraid to fail. How many times do people go to jobs, they leave that job because they didn't like it, and they go find one that suits them better? Or people go to school, they change their majors because they didn't like the major that they were in. It is okay, y'all. Now is the time to experiment and really understand what it is that you like, what it is that you don't like. So that way later on in life, you have it all figured out and you're not in your 40s trying to see what it is that you've done with your life because you were too afraid to experiment when you were younger. Number seven, don't be so caught up in the future that you don't live in the present. I know at this stage in your life, it is very hard to focus on what's going on now when you're trying to plan for 5, 10, or even a year down the road. Completely understand. You want to figure out what job you want to do, how are you going to get to school, get through school, or whatever it is that, is going to get you to where you want to be in the future. I completely understand, but do not forget to live in the present, y'all. This is time that you will never get back, okay? There are so many things that when I was younger, I prayed about, and I know for a fact that I prayed about it, and I have it now, and it took me to be like, wow. Like, in a moment, I'm like, wow, this is exactly what I prayed for. This is exactly what I said I wanted, but I've been so caught up in getting to the next thing that I don't even realize this right here is something that at one point I was asking for, okay? So don't get caught up in the future and miss what's going on in your life right now. Number 8 is learn how to communicate. There is nothing worse, and I mean nothing, than somebody who cannot articulate and communicate at their big old age of 20-something. Take a minute. I'm sure you know somebody who, when they're upset, they don't know how to tell you they're upset. They run around maybe punching holes in the walls, or they're ignoring you, thinking that you're going to read their mind. Nobody's doing that, okay? Let's be 100% real. You need to know how to communicate. This is something that you should have been known how to do as far as I'm concerned. But this is not a skill that you want to go throughout your 20s not having. Nobody's going to read your mind. And me, I don't try to. I feel like if you're not going to say it to me, then it's just not going to be done. Period. I don't read minds. This goes for relationships. This goes for friendships. Like, I feel like this even goes with work. Like, if you know that you want to be paid X amount of money at a job, you need to say that going in, because one or two things are going to happen. They're going to give you what you ask for, or negotiate and get closer to what you want, or you're going to slide by and let them give you what they want to give you, knowing that you didn't, like, that's not even your standard. That's not what you expect to get paid. It's just a bunch that could have been cut out if you learned how to communicate. So this is a skill that can go with you in different aspects of your life. Number 9, work on handling your emotions. We all know somebody at their big old age of 20-something who still can't regulate their emotions. Like, why? Work on handling your emotions, okay? And not in the sense that you can't have emotions and that you can't feel them, but know how to communicate your emotions. That goes back to communication, as well as being able to control your emotions, okay? Like I said, we're not going to be 20-something and we're running around punching. Like, why y'all punch walls anyways? Child, that's for somebody else, but work on handling your emotions, okay? Number 10, show up for yourself. There are going to be days that you just simply don't want to do it, okay? Days that you don't want to get out of bed, or you don't want to be bothered, or whatever it is, but you have to show up for yourself. Y'all, I cannot tell you how many times someone's getting on my nerves, and this is a big one at work or school or something like that, but so many people are like they're just bothering you. You know what I'm talking about. But you have to show up for yourself. Don't do something because of other people. If you have bills that need to be paid, who cares what's going on at the job? You don't have to like them. You don't have to talk to them. But show up for you, because at the end of the day, when rent's due, they're going to be looking at you. They're not going to be looking at who did what at work for you to have a bad day and decide that you were going to walk out and not make your check. So show up for you. Number 10, always educate yourself. I feel like learning something new is just a must. And this doesn't mean you have to sit down and read a book, y'all. It is 2023. We are in the age of technology. You can turn on a podcast, like while you're driving down the street, going to the store, going to work, going wherever. Listen to a podcast, learn something new. You can, of course, read a book, because reading is fundamental. I have this book called Discipline is Destiny, y'all. Facts, knowledge. This is by Ryan Holiday. I got this from Books A Million, I want to say. But simple stuff like educate yourself about something that is going to benefit you, okay? Don't do it for anyone else. And it doesn't even have to be something that's going to benefit you. But how cool is it to be in a room where a intelligent conversation is being had and you can chime in on it because you know what's going on? Like, that's a flex. I'm sorry, but nerds are in. Nerds have been in. Educate yourself. Learn something. Number 12, learn to be alone. I know. We all want to be in a loving relationship, or we want to have our friend group where everybody loves everybody. There's a group chat and there's stuff going on, or you always want your family to have a function, or whatever it is. It's all fun. It's all cool. I get it. But people are not always going to be there when you need them to be there. And not because they don't want to be necessarily, but because everyone is living their own life, okay? So learning to be alone is going to get you places. Like, you have to be comfortable in your loneliness. It sounds weird, but you have to, because there's not always going to be someone there with you for whatever's going on. Number 13, support others the way that you want to be supported. Y'all, we all know somebody. When you got something going on, it's crickets. They're nowhere to be found, nowhere to be seen. And then when they have something going on, they want all the hype. They want everybody to come support me, come see me here, come do this and do that. But it's like, where were you, okay, when I needed the same thing? So support others that you want to be in the way that you want to be supported. Whether that's just, emotionally, like, people have a bad day. If you know when you have a bad day, you're someone that wants to talk your problems out and have someone listen, then be that for somebody else, because you're not the only one. You know what I mean? So however you want people to support you, support other people in the same way. And you might not get that support right now. You might not see it, but you reap what you sow. So if that's what you're planting right now, okay, I'm gonna show up for others, then one day down the line, somebody's gonna show up for you, whether it's the people that you were expecting to show up for you, or whether it's a stranger supporting your shop, or rooting for you when you get a new job or you meet new friends. People are going to be there. So you do what you need to do right now to support others, so when you're in a position to need to be supported, people will want to support you. Number 14, be the person you wish you had when you needed someone. If you know that you needed someone and they weren't there for you, then be that for someone else. Okay, there's always going to be a younger person that can learn something from you. But there's also your peers who can learn something from you. There are people older than you that can learn something from you. So be the person that you wish you had. 15, take risk. It is okay to take risks. Risks are scary, I understand that. But if you know that you're someone who wants to do things that you've never seen done, you have to take risks. If you want to be the first millionaire or whatever it is in your family, that comes with taking risks. You have to bet on yourself. You might not have instant results right now, but delayed gratification means you're putting in the work so that you can see it later. And that is 100% okay. Like, you're not going to start something today and see the benefits from it tomorrow. If you want to be a millionaire, you need to put in the work today, so that way in 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, whatever, you can have that money. But you're not going to start a business today and then make $1 million in profit the same day. That's completely off topic, but take the risk. There is stuff that, it might hold you back a little bit, but probably nothing that's just gonna alter the rest of how your life is gonna be. I hope not. If it is, then that sounds like you're doing something dangerous, and maybe you should reconsider. I'm just saying. But if it's something like, okay, well, everyone in my family went to the military, but I want to go to college, or vice versa, take the risk. They live their life for them. You live your life for you. And you might get there and realize, hey, this isn't for me. Let me try something else, which is totally fine. But at least you tried something new. You took the risk. And the worst case scenario is you have to start over. 16, it's okay to start over. This goes right back to take the risk. This goes back to it's okay to fail. When you learn to write your name, something so simple. If you wrote the letter wrong, what did you do? You erased it and you started over. Like, everything is not a crisis. That is my life motto. Everything is not a crisis. It is okay to start over. It might not be the most fitting time in your life, but do it. Because what are you going to do? Keep waiting 5 years, 10 years? Start over now. Because if you know you want to start over anyways, then just do it now. It's okay to start over. 17, don't compare yourself or your life to somebody else's. I feel like right now is one of the most confusing times, or easiest times, to get caught up in what everyone else is doing. You have your friends that are getting married. You have friends graduating college. You have friends that are excelling in a career because maybe they didn't go to college, and so now they're making bankrolls. You have friends that are starting businesses. Whatever it is, Don't compare yourself and your life to what it is that other people are doing, because everyone is unique to themselves. Their path is not the same path that is meant for you. Stuff that works for them might not work for you, and things that work for you might not work for them. 9 times out of 10, you're only getting a one-sided view of it. You're not really going to know anyone unless you're there with them 24/7. And who are you with 24/7? Nobody but yourself. You don't really know what's going on in other people's lives other than what it is that they show you. So comparing yourself to someone based off what they choose to show you is really not the smartest thing to do, in my opinion. So just stay away from it. Do you, girl. I do me all the time. I don't care what Sally, Jane, and Tommy got going on. Like, none of what they're doing is benefiting me in any way, okay? So I'm not going to compare my progress or what I choose to do with my life to what they're doing with their life. Team, be confident and bet on you. You're the only person that can be you. Nobody knows what's going on in your head. Nobody knows your gifts better than you. Nobody knows what it is that you're called to do but you and whoever called you to do it. Everyone's not always going to see your vision. Everyone's not always going to understand your goals, your dreams, what it is that you want for yourself. People 9 times out of 10 are not going to understand or fully trust in what it is that you want for you until they can see the end goal. When Steve Jobs started iPhone, do y'all really think that people looked at him and said, oh, that's a great idea? We've never seen a smartphone and we don't know how in the world they will work, but it's a great idea for you to start it. I'm pretty sure he had plenty of people that told him not to do it, thought he was crazy, thought he was in whatever, but he still did it. And now look, everywhere you look, there's somebody with an Apple product. What I'm saying, y'all, is people probably aren't going to have the confidence in you that you have in you until they see what it is that you saw. 19, work now so you can relax later. And I understand that some of y'all might want to tussle about this one, but I promise you, I feel like this is the most beneficial. There is nothing going on now that's not going to be going on when you have some money to actually do it. This doesn't apply to everything, but like going out with your friends or going on trips or whatever. Yes, it's nice. And believe me, I am a girl who likes all of that. Okay. But how much more fun will you have when you are doing these things and not having to watch your pockets or not having to worry about, how many days you can miss from work or whatever it is, because you've set yourself up financially and in whatever other way it is that you need it to be able to enjoy what it is that you're actually doing. I'm not saying don't have fun right now, because obviously you're in your 20s. This is time you're never going to get back. Live it up and do what it is that you do, but don't be so consumed in having fun right now and living your best life. Oh my gosh, y'all. How many people want to live their best life right now? But it's like, what are you really doing? I'm just wondering, y'all. This is what we want to know. How are you living your best life right now, but you're not setting anything up for later? I don't understand that mentality, but I just feel like if you work right now, then you can relax, live your best life, do whatever you want, and then some a little bit later on. And last but not least, be nice, y'all. Be nice today. In your 20-something, nobody likes a mean girl. Nobody likes a mean guy. Be kind. Everyone is struggling with their own situations. Life is hitting all of us in different ways, but we're all living life. And with life comes trials, errors, and you never know what somebody's going through. People are not always going to speak about what's bothering them today or what's going on. There are things that I don't tell the closest people to me. And not because I don't trust them with my business or because they've given me a reason to hold anything back. But sometimes what you're going through is like you just want that to be personal. You know what I mean? So you don't ever fully understand what somebody has going on. So be kind. Don't let unkind people be around you. I don't want anyone around me that's going to reflect negatively on me as a person. If Kathy, Sally, and Jane choose to sit around and talk about people all day long, that is their business, but they won't be associated with me because I don't want the next person thinking that I am one of them. Regardless of how different I am from them, if that's who I associate myself with, people are going to associate me with that. My ring light died, y'all, but we're going to go ahead and wrap this up because I was on number 20. So I want you to survive your 20s. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I will be dropping so many more gems for you all because I want to win. I want to see you win. And I feel like there's enough room at the top for all of us to get there together, y'all. Okay? Until the next video. Toodaloo.